E3 2009 continues here at the GameSpot booth on the show floor. We are just rocking the hits because you guys saw the Beatles, right? That's pretty good, good business. I'm joined now by a couple people. Max Belland, is that correct? Creative director. And Alex, is that right? Alex Perusia. Pretty good, huh? That's pretty good, right? Yeah, that's pretty close, all right. And you are the senior producer. You two gentlemen, obviously some people might recognize you for being on the stage.
Yes.
Microsoft press conference, right?
Yes.
You guys have one of the coolest games here at E3. I'm taking this thing off. One of the coolest games here at E3, and that, of course, is Splinter Cell fucking Conviction. Now, I'll be honest, I'm a huge fan of the series. To see you guys kind of change the direction a little bit, speed it up, I know I speak for probably a lot of Splinter Cell fans. Definitely one of the things I think I know I'm excited about. But enough talking. You want to get to a little story set up for folks? I think some people that know about the story know that our good friend is in trouble, right? He's not necessarily in the same place he was. You want to explain, Max?
If you played Double Agent, you know that at the beginning of Double Agent, Sarah Fisher, Sam's daughter, gets killed. And Sam is not really happy. You even see him throw his goggles outside of the plane, right? So when we beginning on the project, we're talking about that, and that's going to affect Sam, right? So the beginning, Conviction, starts with Sam looking for answers about that, and he's digging and he's not liking what he's finding, right? Something's fishy about it, so that leads him to Malta, and that's where our demo is, on the island of Malta, and he's looking for answers, he's looking for who killed his daughter.
That's awesome. Let's check it out.
All right, let's play.
Now, is this what we have seen so far?
Yes.
Or is this, yes it is?
Exactly.
Now, shows like Alias and a few other things I think had done some of the textile treatment you guys are doing. It looks amazing in the game.
What's really cool is, this is our interrogation gameplay, right? So you're in full control. Alex can grab Gramkos and bring him wherever he wants. Urinal is always a favorite. There you go. And that's our way of allowing the player to be Sam Fisher, to ask questions, to make the story move forward, right? Because he doesn't have like someone in his ear anymore,
right.
he gets to ask the questions and get the answers. So, now the door again, and what we're doing is it's all contextual, it's all destructible, so it's super interesting. And here's the projected movies, right? Allowing us to tell the story in real time, projected in the environment. So it's it's allowing you to be in control, right? You can have fun with that, again, and as Gramkos is talking to you, the guy who killed your daughter, it's Coben. Here's an image of Coben, here's a movie of Coben, always keeping the pace up.
And let me ask you a question if you don't mind, like when that's happening, that's really just for the sake of the viewer, the player I should say, and really the characters are oblivious to that happening? Yeah.
Exactly. It's our way of keeping the player in the game, right? We don't want to, you play and then you stop and you watch our cinematic, right? You're in control, you want to watch, if you don't care, go bash again and we move forward. This is interesting because this is our transitions, and that's how we're gonna hide the loading screens, right? I hate the loading screens, and, so we're playing full HD movies when we load. So this is an example of that. And we're showing you where Sam's going, right? And the guy that's talking over it is like, watch out, there's guys on the front, guys on the side. So it's helping you to know to get ready to prepare, right? And then, quick wipe, we're back in game. And now what's interesting is, because Sam is not working for Third Echelon anymore, right? Well, he doesn't have all the gadgets. So he's gonna use a piece of broken mirror to look under doors, right? So that's our version of Snake Cam for the beginning of the game, right?
What about all the rest of the trick stuff you used to have?
You'll get your favorites back, don't worry. So now, Island of Malta, obviously crowd simulation. Here's the projected objectives. Again, super interesting for us because, again, it's always in the game, right? It's not just new objective, go to this top left. And also what's interesting is that there's two layers to it, right? The first one is, here's your objective, but it's also where it's projected. It's like serving like a 3D waypoint almost, right? So infiltrate the mansion, where is it written? On the mansion, right? So it's helping us guide the players. Again here, Sam, because we want to keep the pace moving faster of the game, hanging on the ledge a lot faster. All the athletic moves are a lot faster than before, just throwing the guy down. I love that part. Here's another thing that's really important for us. It's the mark and execute. So see, look under the door with the broken mirror, right? And now Alex is gonna mark a guy and a light. And that, every movie scene where you have the hero, he's looking inside a room and then he takes his breath and then he storms in super fast. So that's what we want to deliver. So now Alex is ready. The marks are white, which means he doesn't have line of sight, so he needs to get in the proper position to do it. So open the door and execute. little zoom in at the end with the slow-mo. That's optional. If you don't hold the Y button is your execute button. But if you don't hold it, then you don't do that. You don't get the little realization on that. You know, human shield, of course. We need that in a Splinter Cell game. All our environments are really built to allow players to go wherever they want, you know, little sandboxes. So that's interesting. We can go up the front door, but that would be maybe not stealth enough, right? So we're choosing the side entrance, the window. And again, you know, because you're Sam Fisher, you can mark and execute from anywhere.
Awesome.
Nice. Great.
Now, as we're watching Sam do his dirty business, I'm hoping to take some questions from the audience. I need a little help with that though. My laptop needs like a power supply. I'll give that shout out. Now, this is interesting because I don't remember in any of the Splinter Cells before, and please correct me if I'm wrong, there being, actually, no, I guess there was some of it, but I don't remember anything like shooting chandeliers and having it fall on people. There wasn't anything quite like that, right?
Why not? And what's interesting with that is that you can mark and execute them also. So you can do, of course, you can mark enemies, lights, and traps, and explosives. So you can like combine your mark and execute with different things. So, you know, 2 guys under a chandelier, well, you can mark the 2 guys, but that's gonna cost you 2 marks. So you might as well go for a chandelier and maybe another guy. And here, you know, here's a great example also using an athletic move, the death from above. Alex is gonna death from above, and then boom, execute. So it allows you to do little combinations like that. And here's something that's interesting, the last known position. So the guys now, they're shooting at Sam. Alex is gonna run away a bit, break line of sight with the enemies, boom, last known position. That tells the player, good job, the enemy lost you, right? But now they're coming for you there. So you can, you know, play a little cat and mouse game with your enemies. You know, like previous stealth games, you know, you could whistle and then the guys would come and then you take care of them. So that's like our version of that, but you know, when you're dynamic, when you're more action.
If the guy sees you round a corner, does it show your ghost image like round in that corner, and then you can just wait right there at the edge, wait for the guy to come? All right, that's cool.
And what we're doing, obviously, you know, like as we progress throughout the game, the AI is going to act differently, right? So at the beginning, the guys, they just come and they investigate. But as we go, they're going to throw grenades, you know, they're going to charge, they're going to flank, so they're going to use different tactics. So you're going to need, it's not just like make your last known and wait. You're going to have to get the hell out of there and flank them.
Well, I'm waiting to get these questions up from the audience. I have, now Splinter Cell, like you said, there was definitely that relationship where it was like you were moving along, dude was in your ear telling you where to go and what to do, right? Is there something that you guys have now put in place of that, or is it straight up more of a solitary solo, I am on a mission of jacking all these people and finding my daughter's killer?
Yeah, well, I was requested to not talk about the story. So I cannot answer that. But what I can tell you is definitely at the beginning of the game, Sam is going to be the one, you know, pushing the investigation. But he's definitely going to meet with people that we know and make new friends. Let's say that, and it's going to help us, you know, move the story forward.
Now, Max, hey, you had played the first Splinter Cell. Were you? Did you think that you were going to get to make your very own Splinter Cell game at that point?
I never. I mean, when I started at Ubisoft, we were big Rainbow Six fans.
Oh, yeah.
And we were playing it every lunch. And then at one point, Ubisoft bought Red Storm.
Right.
And we were just kidding around like, wow, can you imagine us making a Tom Clancy game? And, you know, a couple of years later, you know, Alex and I worked on Rainbow Six Vegas. And now, you know, Splinter Cell, I mean, that's why I love Ubisoft.
That's fantastic. That's super awesome. So this is the demo that you guys have running over at your booth right now, is that right? Super appreciate you guys coming over and showing it. I'm going to see if I can get these questions up before I let you sneak off. And actually, it is about time to let you go anyways, and I'm sure you got somewhere else to run off to. Any last words for the folks watching at home? I know there's tons of people that were asking about this game, and I'm so glad you guys did come and show it. Second game in the show. Any last words for you?
Well, it's coming exclusively in Xbox 360 and PC this fall, and we have a lot of other things to show throughout the summer, so stay on the lookout for it.
We're not allowed to talk about
Right on. Totally understandable. The game looks great so far, and I can't wait to see more of it.
Thank you.
So, yeah, thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate it. I'll let you guys out of here, and I'll reach way over there. Thank you so much, Alex. All right, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction. It's coming out later this fall. And there you have it. So right now we are going to go ahead and check in with Homer Rabar one more time, who was running around. This was some of the stuff you guys saw. Well, you guys were obviously at the Microsoft press conference. Did you guys see any other press conferences yet?
After us, we didn't see anything of Microsoft.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we've been really busy.
Yeah, the other one, I'll tell you what. You should watch it. Like seriously, this is like the Natal thing. Have you guys seen the Natal thing, the 3D camera?
We heard about it a lot.
Really?
People are excited.
That thing is kind of exciting. If it really does some of the crazy CG stuff they were saying, like they hope it does, it'd be pretty awesome. But either way, Homer Rabar caught up with the folks from GameSpot as they were headed out of the Microsoft press conference, as well as like the EA and the Ubisoft, and asked them what they thought, and got some really good responses. So we're going to take a look at that right now.